This is John LeBaron with Chimney Check Professionals. This is a video portion of my inspection. This is where I take a look at the inner walls, starting from the top. This is our spark arrestor screen. It is a smaller screen than I would expect for the size of the flue, and it can be constrictive. This is a clay liner system, and we have our top tile here, then our second one. And this is where we can start seeing an overall condition of the system having wear and deterioration to it. I'm going to see this on many fireplaces I look at. It's not like this is an exception to the rule. You know, if every roof in the city of LA was either old, which is very common, which would be common for chimneys, very, very common, improperly installed, improperly repaired, suffered from earthquake damage, I mean, we would have roofs, nearly every one of them, that needed significant repairs. So that's what we're looking at with chimneys and fireplaces. Most are older, improperly installed, improperly repaired, damaged, etc. And there's a few that do not meet that category due to either properly done construction, proper repairs, someone already replaced it, and they did it correctly. In other words, we have a pretty slim chance of there being nothing to talk about on a chimney. This is the fact. This is the reality of it, and what you should know as a buyer. You know, one reason for me to be here is one main reason is, what does your fireplace need for it to operate in what is considered safe, and what does it need for it to meet the standards? You know, just like any other part of your house. Many parts of your house won't meet standards, and you're going to be told about it by a general inspector or other inspectors. And you also will have a house where people have lived here, despite these areas that are, quote, incorrect. Fireplaces are no different. You get to decide your standard. What I'm trying to do is make it clear to you that it's not like this fireplace is a fluke in needing something. Now, this fireplace is a little different than many in the fact that there's exterior cracking. You'll see so far I haven't found anything incredibly unusual on the inner walls, except one thing that I haven't told you about, and I didn't stop to show you. I'm actually going to do another video. Is there's a vertical crack in one of the tiles. This is where I'm trying to just quickly go through. I've already gone up slowly. Now I quickly come down video so you can pretty much see the basic of what you have. I'll go back and do a separate video of that vertical crack. So you have vertical cracks on the exterior of the chimney as well. That's unusual. That is, in my opinion, rebar expansion, and the chimney feels to be rock solid, more solid than most. So I'd consider myself a crazy man to start telling you that you need to rebuild your chimney because of those vertical cracks. I certainly wouldn't do it on my own house. Granted, could you get an inspector that would say to do that? Sure. But in the same regard, you can get a chimney inspector that says nothing's wrong other than a new spark arrestor needed and a few other things that he would make a killing selling you, but he wouldn't really be giving you a product because this particular system does need some work. The inner walls have deterioration, and what I've been showing you, and missing grouting between the flue tiles, and there's also a vertical crack in the tile itself. So doing the quick fix of a new spark arrestor, a little other song and dance here and there that you could be sold, doesn't give you the product that you're supposed to have and won't really give you any value. What this particular system needs, because it has a vertical crack in a flue tile, and it's got the exterior cracking, and it's got the deterioration here. You add it all up, and the best repair for this system is a new stainless steel liner. In other words, we replaced the liner that's here with the stainless steel one. And then there's a parge coating material that's placed along these inner walls. See all the gaps and voids? We're not supposed to have that. There's a lot of deterioration to these walls too, so it's just no longer meeting its fire safety standards. Clean it, prepare it correctly, parge coat the smoke chamber, and put a stainless steel liner here. Put a properly sized spark arrestor, patch and repair all the exterior cracking, and there's some damage at the very top. Repair that as well. Minor stuff to do on the firebox, and we'll have a very good system. In fact, one of the better systems as far as what I see. But it does need that work for what is considered fire safety. What are your risks? Who knows? 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. Now, who knows what your risk is if you don't do the work? No different than the brakes on your car. Your brakes are faulty. You've been stopping anyways. What's your risk? 1 in 1,000? 1 in 20,000? Who knows? But we have high fire safety standards. We have high braking standards for a reason. And that's so that everyone is caught in the umbrella. So if your brakes are faulty, yeah, you don't notice it when you're driving it, you fix your brakes. I consider a fireplace to be the same, and so, and our standards are the same as well. Ensure your review are my written report for all my findings and recommendations. Oh, and one last thing. I'm not here to sell you the work. What I'm here to do is tell you the condition of the system, what the standards are, and what is supposed to be done. I may be the exception to the rule. I believe I am, but maybe I'm not. I believe that I'm the exception to the rule to where I'm not just going through the motions of an inspection so that I can take $1. What I'm doing is I'm doing an inspection and I'm telling you what I would do with the particular system if it were my house. Keep in mind, I believe in what I do. I believe that there's a reason for it. We're not supposed to have a 1 in 1,000 risk. We're supposed to have a 0 risk. You do the work. I can't imagine you won't be at a 0 risk. And that's what we're supposed to be. Again, review my written report for all my findings and recommendations.